Oh, hello, my name is Matt, and I am with the Busted Couch. This is the first podcast that I have ever done, so you'll have to bear with us if there's any problems or technical issues. With me, I have Javert from Brazil. Introduce yourself, Javert.
Greetings, my good friends. I am Javert, not to be confused with Russell Crowe character from Les Mis. I am a random guy living in Brazil, broadcasting live from Rio de Janeiro. So, there's that.
Oh, you're in Rio right now? I thought you were in Sao Paulo.
No, Rio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, didn't you say you were getting a job in Sao Paulo?
I tried. That didn't work.
Oh,
the job in Rio worked, though.
Gotcha. We'll just get started by saying that, Jaeger, it's not Jaeger, it's Javert.
Javert, yeah, precisely.
He literally just figured out how to pronounce his name. Why don't you tell the story about how you realized that you were pronouncing your name wrong your entire life?
Well, this is the thing. Here in Brazil, even I don't know how to pronounce my name in Portuguese. So I just roll with Javert. But I lived a good portion of my life abroad, and everyone out could not, for the life of them, pronounce my name in any correct way. So they just ended up calling me JJ for the majority of my life. Even my family calls me JJ. So a few days ago, I start watching Les Mis, and I realized, okay, so my name is pretty much an incorrect version of Javert from the same character, because when my father has the same name as me, and when they were going to register his name, the guy who was writing his name down in the document forgot to write down the last T. So there we go. So I'm like, oh, so that's how you pronounce my name, Javert. That's fancy.
And what, you're 25, right, or 26?
26.
26, right. Yeah. So, there you go. You learn something new about yourself every day.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, we thought we'd start this podcast off about, talking about the differences between gaming in Brazil and gaming in Canada. So, yeah, apparently there's a huge tax on most incoming stuff in Brazil, so we could start by talking about that. Can you explain, you were talking to me about it the other day, I think, and we were talking about why it is that your government seems to tax stuff out the ass, so if you'd like, you can talk about that.
Yeah, Brazil has this very strange taxing system. It's at the same time very omnipresent and retarded, in the sense that every single freaking thing you do is taxed out the ass. However, while it actually ends up helping a good portion of some parts of our industry, which is kind of the point, a lot of these policies have never, in their entire existence, been reviewed after they were implemented. So we have Brazil, in what pretty much amounts to the video game market, still exists in this weird 1980s world where we still produce, and I shit you not, Master Systems and Mega Drives are still being produced to this fucking day in Brazil. There are most sold consoles. You can buy a blue, ugly-ass Master System across the freaking road, brand new in the box, with 100 games embedded into a little flash card, courtesy of the Brazilian government. Nice. And yeah, so they're like, okay, you can buy that for dirt cheap. Anything else, you dirty heathen who tries to corrupt and destroy Brazilian market, can purchase, I don't know, whatever other console or whatever the hell you want, but prepare to be taxed out your butt. Sometimes it goes to 65, 68, sometimes even 100% of the value. So what most people do and I kid you not, they just travel abroad and buy it because it's cheaper to spend a week in the U.S., pay for a freaking hotel room, and come back with whatever piece of tech you want.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's unfreaking believable. Take the PS4 for example. PS4 down here. This is causing immense butthurt to this freaking day.
Yeah, it's a huge thing in the news right now.
4,000 reais. Yeah, 4,000 reais. That is roughly $2,000. $2,000. Would you freaking pay $2,000 for a console? For $2,000, you can procure the freaking best computer money can buy, I believe. Down here, $2,000 can net you a PS4, and good luck getting the games because the games are overpriced as balls. Sometimes they're like, "Oh, we have an exclusive Brazilian price. It's instead of the regular 200 reais, which is $100, we are selling it to you for like 160 or 140, which is like $80 to $70. So screw it. I'm like, whatever. Stick to PC gaming. You know, this is what I'm doing right now because Steam has found this mystical exploit in which it manages to avoid ridiculous taxation by just saying, you know what, we're just selling computer programs. Computer programs aren't a piece of tech. They're under a completely different set of goddamn rules, and hooray! They not only managed to avoid the tax, but managed to put it at a reduced price for us Brazilians. So, hooray for Steam. But everything else, like, try getting, freaking hell, man. DMC, try getting Devil May Cry on the PSN. You cannot purchase it for under 200 reais. So it's $100 if you wanted to buy it on PSN. And we cannot, we used to be able to, but I don't think we can anymore, buy it on the American PSN.
Yeah.
No longer.
I think they changed that stuff recently so that you can't do that anymore. But I'm not 100% sure on that. I haven't really looked into it.
I just received the email saying, oh, you know, you can't purchase on the US anymore, so you're gonna have to stick to your Brazilian PSN. I'm like, oh, yes. I'm like, okay, all right, fine. You want to establish a good hold in Brazil? Do what freaking Steam did, dude. I mean, come on. And it's just unfreaking believable.
Yeah, no doubt. How much are the Xbox Ones down there? They're cheaper, right? By like 1,000?
Yeah, they're cheaper by not even, they're like half the price. Pretty much. They're still expensive as balls when compared to the US. Running, I think, at like $600.
Oh, okay.
But it's a far cry from 2,000, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely better. And like a lot of people will just be now getting into PS3 and Xbox 360, but like in Brazil because their prices are now tolerable. Now the new generation has come out, right?
Exactly. There were a lot of measures when Sony moved to Brazil to make the PS3 a little more affordable. The PS3, believe it or not, when it launched, it was a hell of a lot more expensive than the PS4. The PS3 launched for 5,000 reais. 5,000. And games were anywhere between 300 to 500 reais. That was when the PS3 launched. It wasn't officially launched in Brazil until very recently, and when it did, prices went a little more manageable. For example, you can buy the games now at any store, and you're not going to get your ass ripped out by the taxation, because I don't know if they're ripping the games in Brazil or they have a Brazilian version. I don't know what the tax exploits is, but they're doing it on PS. Like for example, Xbox 360. I've seen Xbox 360s down here being sold at like 700 reais, if that. PS3s a little over 800, but still, that's a lot cheaper than it would have ever been back in the day. And that's a good sign, and mainly because there are units of they're like PS3s being produced in Brazil. I don't even know if they're being produced or just assembled, but that gets around the taxing. The same thing's happening with the Xbox One. The Xbone is I I don't know what they're doing with it. I think they're being assembled in Brazil, but that's the main reason why it's not getting taxed up the ass. While the PS4, it has zero, whatever the hell, it's not at any point. Um, it's just being imported. So you want to import your shit? Well, good luck with that. We're gonna charge you 4 times the amount.
Yeah.
It's freaking ridiculous, man. And they claim, oh, it's just this is to protect the market and whatever. It's not. It's just some weird bullshit taxing method. And take for example cars. We manufacture cars in Brazil. There are car parts and car lots and whatever. You cannot buy cars in Brazil like you can in the U.S. The U.S. they cost like you can get a used car for like $4,000 depending. Here, oh god, you try finding a used car for anything under 10.
Oh,
Good luck with
crazy.
that. Yeah, so it's doable, but get ready for a lot of skipping on paperwork and that kind of thing. And new cars, oh god, new cars are exponentially expensive for that very reason,
Yeah.
taxation and whatever. And it just permeates on everything. You cannot get computers, you cannot get consoles, you cannot get anything down here. You want to buy a camera, good luck with that. You want to buy a microphone, good luck with that. You want to buy anything, good luck with that. Anything that the government considers superfluous or entertainment or whatever, it's going to cost at least 2 to 3 times as much.
And so, like the price inflation is also, or not inflation, but the tax hike and stuff on all that stuff also brings into effect like a lot more piracy and stuff in Brazil. So I think I remember you telling me about like if you walk down the street, you can see like merchants and stuff just selling ripped off games and movies and all that stuff. Because
yeah, that's the only freaking way you could get it a few years ago. Believe me, buying non-pirated stuff, Steam, for instance. Steam is a very, very new concept in Brazil because original games are stupidly expensive. And this is something that people say outright, gaming is not for everyone down here, but it shouldn't be because outside of Brazil, it's not even, you just look at the numbers. Like a lot of people game, a lot of people buy consoles, buy games, regardless. And well, down here, it shouldn't be a privilege for you to be able to own, a medium spec notebook, which you can, I don't know, play Super Meat Boy on. And because of that, years ago, the only freaking way you could buy games in Brazil were piracy. That is the only way. You could procure it, you could get original copies for them, but they were absolutely freaking expensive. And most kids, like, they just didn't care. What it's like, okay, imagine you're a high schooler, and I don't know, you some of them have jobs, some of them don't. Some of them just live off the money their parents give them. And you have a choice, like, oh, there's this new game coming out next week, and if I want to buy the original copy, I'm gonna have to dish out over 200 reais on it. Or I could just get out of school during right after lunch, or after class is over, I could just scurry out of school, walk a few blocks down, and buy the same game with everything for 15 reais, which is like $7. It's like, well, that's obvious. The PS2 only managed to be so successful in Brazil because of piracy. Same thing goes for a lot of games. In Brazil, back in the early 2000s, man, internet in Brazil used to suck a lot, and DSL connection and all that stuff, that's relatively new. So there were a lot of LAN houses, for you to go, and which all the LAN houses had games like Battlefield and Counter Strike and all that good stuff. Everything pirated.
Mm-hmm.
They just set up the LAN houses. Everyone was running on pirate DVD, like pirate CDs, pirate DVDs, torrents, and we just rolled with it. You know, it's like, okay, victimless crime, I guess. We didn't care because no one seemed to care about us. So because they're charging us $200 to $300 for games that outside don't even cost a fraction of that. So screw it. You know, let's just do it. That's pretty much it. PC gaming for the longest time. PC gaming, PS1, PS2, all that. It's just been established in Brazil. It only has a foothold. Sony only has a foothold in Brazil because PS1 and PS2s were so freaking easy to pirate. And in PS3, which is actually funny, because of the foothold they had with the PS2 and the PS1, which were famous beyond belief down here, a lot of people bought PS3s. Now, PS3s are hard to pirate. And the big selling point of PS3 was it's easy to play multiplayer now. You don't have to worry about multiplayer games for Brazilians, internet connections, like multiplayer over the internet. You'd have to go to a LAN house. That was unheard of. You know, because most of us back in the day only had dial-up. So what is this devilry? You know, my video game has multiplayer online. Fuck, I'm not gonna pirate now. You know, I want to play the online. So Sony really touched that sweet spot down here when the PS3 started getting a little less costly, and a lot of importers noticed that, and they worked their ass off to go around the taxing, like buying it in other countries and bringing it here and all that good stuff. And for pretty much since ever, Brazilian games subsisted mostly out of like throat and like cloak and dagger strategies, like a bunch of guys scurrying around, smuggling in video games so they can sell down the street and whatever. And yeah, it's just like gay people say, you know, it's the moment games started being released in Brazil for a fair price, we started buying it. You know, that's the big issue. I got a lot of friends on Steam. A lot of them are Brazilian. A lot of them have over 100 games. So there's that. Now, what we were waiting for is this, like a good, fair price. I am willing to pay for a game as long as you're not willing to charge me 300 reais for a game I know for a fact does not cost 100.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, no, I'm just sorry. I wanted to probe and see who's in the chat. Are you viewing the video or the stream right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, we'll see if anyone's there. Anyway, yeah, no, it's definitely sounds a lot different than here in North America, where you know everything's readily available. All the prices are pretty much streamlined and all that, but. I don't know why my sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties here. I'm just watching the stream and seeing that some things are freezing up and all that. So yeah, no, it's definitely sounds a lot different than here in North America, where everything. But anyway, I won't worry about that. It's just my picture's freezing and stuff in the video.
Yeah,
but that's okay. We can not worry about that for now. So yeah, then there's the pronunciation of "hey eyes," which I always thought was "rails."
No, hey eyes.
Yeah, that's really strange. Like it doesn't like. Well, I mean, in English to try to pronounce something like that or look at something and say, "Hey, that says hey eyes, not rails." Interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you realizing that your name is totally pronounced the way I would actually say it if I was to pronounce all the letters correctly.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
That's really strange how that's in reverse, but yeah. Let's talk about the new year. And while we're talking about the new year, let's start up a game.
Yes, let's do
So
that.
I was thinking that we should probably. Hello, Scotty. My friend Scott's in the chat right now. So.
What's up, Scott?
Anyway, yeah. Let's start up Hammerwatch. See if we can get that connected.
Roger.
So
Hammerwatch.
I'll start that up, and then we'll start talking about games of 2014. So for anyone that's in the chat, which is Scotty, Hammerwatch is a two-dimensional hack and slash, and we're gonna play that. It's kind of like Diablo, but a little more simple. So we're gonna do multiplayer, all host.
All right.
I'll make it private, and I will type the IP address in for you so you can join. Where is my chat here? So, just join this game. So that's it right there.
Give me a sec.
We'll play campaign. We'll play on medium.
God damn it.
And we'll leave everything at default. So I have started the game. Just let me get things set up here on XSplit. If I can ever find it. Okay, switching over now.
2, 3.
You'll never make it. That's right. I'm never gonna make it. Are you able to join my game at all?
I am attempting
Alright.
at this very moment.
Excellent. I'll try and...
Nope,
So-
could not connect the server.
You can't connect to server. Well, that's not cool at all. For once, my game isn't lagging like hell, though. So that's good. Yeah, I don't know why my video keeps freezing. It's really weird. Are you still having trouble connecting to my game?
Yep.
Okay. Then I will stop this. And
It could be because
quit.
you put it on private.
Possibly. So multi...
Yep.
Host... Yeah, but why... Okay. That's fine. Just join.
Where are you? Which one is it?
Just go to your friends list and join game. I think that'll work.
Oh, yeah. Join game.
And then once I see you, I'll just click it as private, and then we can start.
Yes,
Oh,
that is.
Wonder if anyone else would be able to join in before I do that.
Gosh. Ah, come on! Could not join server.
Cannot join server?
Yep.
It must be the Brazilian connection that we're having problems with here. Alright, well, that's fine. Maybe we won't play Hammerwatch. I figured we'd be able to at least join each other, right?
Come again?
Here, I'm gonna start it. Try joining again.
Alright.
I'll see if you come in. But it seemed like it was a multiplayer setup window there, so I don't think it's going to work. But maybe. I'll just run in circles until you join. And kill some bats.
Nope, could not connect the server.
Well, that's not cool. I just took 31 damage from that. Okay. Well, I guess we're not going to play this because we can't play together, damn it.
Technical difficulties here, folks. Just
Yep.
bear with us.
First podcast, so of course there's going to be technical difficulties, like, you know, my camera freezing and all that stuff. Actually, I think my camera turned completely off, so that's good.
As cool as it is.
Yeah, yeah. So we're going to switch back
Alright.
to the podcast there. I'm going to quit this.
Lining you up.
I'm going to fix some problems, because that's bound to happen. Alright. What's up with this camera?
What is up indeed? Nope. Could not join. Does not want. Oh, the
Well,
ass.
that's natural, you know.
Yep.
Everything bad that will happen today is going to happen, so. But that's okay. That is quite alright. I doubt that there are going to be a lot of people watching this, so.
Don't sell yourself short, Matty.
It's fine. It's like my camera turned off. I'm gonna have to check my Skype settings here.
Yeah, your sexy little face is stuck on my screen right now.
Oh. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, webcam settings. Let's move that off of the overlay. Autofocus
That's
can
not
turn
right.
off. Get rid of autofocus. Follow my face. My camera has the option to follow my face.
Well, that is...
Yes.
Wow.
That's interesting. That's
Indeed.
might be a port forwarding issue. Oh, damn it. Okay, thanks, Scott. Yeah, no, could be a port forwarding issue. So I'd have to go in and mess with my ports, but I'm not doing that in the middle of this. So, I don't know why my camera has frozen, but it's not unfreezing. So I'm not going to worry about it. You're just going to have to deal with a still face.
For on both our ends, because it seems we both are frozen.
Oh, really? You're not frozen to me. You're not.
Oh, there we go. I have moved.
Yeah, you're not frozen in anything, so. Alright, well. Oh, okay. Apparently it's from your side. That's what Scott's saying. But that's okay. It's not a big deal.
Rods.
We will try something else. Let's try Age of Empires.
Indeed.
Okay, so I'm
All right.
gonna start that baloney up. Give me 1 second. Okay. Click that. Let's get this on the road. Yes, there was an error. Of course there is.
Yep.
Play the game.
Start this bitch up.
Okay, I'm gonna switch it over to Age of Empires. Alright. So, volume on my ear is really loud. Let's turn my game volume down. Music volume could definitely go down.
Yes, music volume has gone down. Let us get this show on the road.
On the road.
Oui, on the road.
So let's go multiplayer. I'm gonna create a multiplayer game. Friends can only see this. It will not be ranked because this is gonna be horrible. All right. So I have one spot open. Or I'm going to have one spot open. And whenever you have the game started up, we'll try this out.
Game started up. It has. Joining multiplayer game. It is.
I see you.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, we have done it. Freaking finally.
I'm player one. I will be blue. Do we want to do a co-op match?
Hey, what?
Will me and you be on the same team?
Nah, let's just fuck each other up. Well,
All right. Well, I guess we should do that. So let's do it.
All right. I will be. Jesus, man, your ping is incredibly high.
Oh yeah, we're really far apart. Oh, this is gonna be great. All right. Population cap 500.
What population cap?
Resources. We'll make that high. Difficulty. It doesn't matter. Size. Make it a 4-player map. Let's make it. Do we want coastal or let's just go land map? A random land map.
Random land.
Location, standard, random game, regicide, deathmatch. We will go with just deathmatch. And reveal map, we'll just leave it at normal. Starting age is standard, victory. Standard. We'll just leave it all standard.
Yes, all standard.
Team together. Well, it doesn't matter.
So,
Yeah.
which set are you gonna be?
It'll be me and you playing, and oh yeah, I guess we gotta pick civilizations, don't we? Game created. So I'm going to be. Wow, it's been a long time since I played this. I'm gonna be Vikings. Why wouldn't I be a Viking?
All right, I am going to be the Goths.
The Goths,
Only
eh?
because, yes, with their whiny long hairs. I'm gonna get a ton of shit for this.
Alright. Starting.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
There we go. That wasn't so tough, now was it?
No, but we're gonna see what this this ping is like.
Oh, this should be monstrous.
Yeah, it should be monstrous. Okay. Wow, I'm lagging hard.
Yes, just as it should. All right.
Perfect. I think that this game will finally start playing soon.
Sorry, what now?
Okay, whatever. That didn't work, but that's fine. Let's collect some food. Build a house. That's right. I'll say everything that I'm doing as I'm doing it.
Oh.
So 2014 games, we should talk about those. There are games coming out.
You are breaking up, Matt. You are breaking up.
I'm breaking up?
There you go.
I don't know how that's possible. Unless my internet connection is just taking a dump today. Alright, well, I got this. I'm going to be extremely slow at this game. Because I am god-awful at it. I was never known for being a strategy gamer. Ever.
I cannot hear you.
You can't hear me? Turn your game volume down. I'll turn mine down. Okay, turn my volume down a bit because it was still too loud.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
You can hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Good.
Ja.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's start actually playing this then. It's not working that bad now that we actually got started. Just like a little,
Yes.
it's a little jerky, but and our ping is horrible, but whatever, it's fine.
Oh, balls.
Ja.
Yeah.
red.
Oh, I see that I found you.
Huh?
Nothing. Don't worry, I didn't say anything.
Ja,
Oh crap.
húsas mi fer. Ja, gagnes mi fer.
Hunt.
Huh. Seem to have found something.
Oh, really?
Indeed.
Well, you don't have to tell me what that is. I need more Viking people. Oh yeah, we started off with just unlimited resources, pretty much. Maybe shouldn't have done that. Oh well.
What do you mean I'm being attacked?
You're being attacked?
God damn it! Get out of it! Aw, balls.
I don't know who's attacking you, because I only set this to have just us.
No, it's being attacked by wild animals.
Oh, okay. I was getting confused there. I was just like... That's...
God damn it.
Húsas mi fer. Húsas mi fer. Húsas mi fer.
Mm-hmm. It tells me that you have made it to the feudal age, sir.
Indeed, it has. I have, rather.
I see you.
Ah, there you are.
You have found me.
Altilag. Bothod. Húsas mi fer.
Mm-hmm. I need to build more houses, and I just realized this now. Good.
Húsas mi fer.
Alright, people, and I hope you are enjoying us sucking at this.
Húsas mi fer.
Oh yeah, we are sucking at this. That is definitely a
One of you
thing.
who are watching us.
Yeah, just Scott. Scott's the only person watching right now. But that's fine. So games of 2014. We got a whole bunch of games coming out. Infamous, Second Son, Titanfall. There is also a bunch of other games like Stasis and a bunch of other indie games. I think Reset comes out next fall. The robot noir puzzle game.
Oh yeah, that one. I am very curious about that one.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be an awesome game. I'm really glad Indiegogo did. I'm used to saying Kickstart, but Indiegogo, sure. Okay. Upgrade that.
Fine. The hotkeys are all different.
Oh, yeah, I'm not using hotkeys at all, so that's how awesome I am.
Bothod.
Mm-hmm.
Húsas mi fer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, I missed this game.
Yeah, man. I haven't played in such a long time.
Húsas mi fer.
Oh. Come on. I need more villagers. Yeah, so anyway, there's Reset. This is what I mean, like, when I play strategy games, I have a hard time focusing on what I'm talking about because I get too obsessed, too stuck in it. I hear turkeys gobbling.
Flee, my good man, flee!
I take it my guys are the ones dying, right?
Why is there a villager in that attack formation?
I don't know.
Run! Flee the city!
Yeah. So I need to make more troops.
Oh shit, okay.
What?
Keep forgetting.
What?
More units, more units. So yes, I don't know if I'm all that anxious for Infamous Second Son.
No, no.
No, I don't know. I liked Infamous because it had the bowls and mostly. No, I don't really know how to explain it all that well. It's just I think I feel like it was a cop out for them to like do that. You know, it just sucked balls. It's like they finished the world, you know, indefinitely. The world is done. There's not anything else to do. The metahumans are dead. Spoiler alert. But you know, that's it. That's game. But no, they just refuse to end. They're like, okay, fine. We're not going to finish the game. Like we're, I don't know, gonna find some arbitrary reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still looking forward to it. Like, it's still gonna be an awesome game.
No, I'm definitely gonna look. I definitely like. They're gonna do a good job with it because they have to. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm just not sure. It's going to be
As good?
not really as good, but as fresh, you know, as the first game was. Because the first game, it was freaking mind blowing.
That's true.
But the rest, I don't know. Like the first game was pretty good. The second one was pretty good. Then I don't know what they did, but they decided, oh, we should make another one. All right, cool. Why?
I don't know. I think it. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it is hard to say. It's like, okay, so it could be good, maybe.
I remember trying to find my builders here, having no success, no luck. A lot of people are kind of just were thinking that it was done.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm okay with more Infamous.
No, it's like, it's okay. I'm okay with it too. I'm just not really understanding the logic behind it because that is clearly not the way they, the logic is, you know, more moolah, you know, but I just thought, you know, okay, fine. Let's just, I don't know, do something new. If you catch my drift, you know?
Yeah, no, I get you. Oh, you advanced with the castle age? You son of a bitch.
I call him Gobbly.
Hero okay, I see. I have a turkey. Can we fight the turkeys? Because my turkey's out there too. Oh, hi.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Hold up. There was something I could build somewhere. I forgot. Oh, damn it. Damn it.
What's wrong with you?
Huh?
What is wrong with you?
Well, I have a lot of turkeys.
Mmm. Can't upgrade anything because I don't have enough food. This is balls. Like, I have so much wood right now.
Shit.
So close.
Yeah, that's game.
Why?
Because I'm not gonna get in and you're not getting out.
Yeah, Why did you make a garden?
What did I make? What?
You made a farm outside my wall.
I didn't.
Looks like a farm.
No, there is a farm, but I thought it was yours.
I didn't make that.
I don't remember making it either. I think the game just bugged out and put a freaking farm out there.
Alright. I think this is gonna be... let's concede a tie. Because this is... What?
That is my farm. How did I get in there?
I don't know how you did that. Or why you did that. You crazy person.
I know that I have hero turkeys here. They're my spies.
Oh good, I forgot that farms eventually go away. I'm fucked. Oh, that's not cool. Something must convert.
Flee!
You are surrounded by 4 towers and a bunch of archers. Go, Viking. By yourself. You will not do anything at all. Good job.
And that's all she wrote.
Where did I... Oh, whatever. Go this way. Really?
What?
I killed a boar by accident with a trebuchet.
Oh, at least you had something.
It's true. Yeah, I say we give up on this and we just go about the podcast without playing more of this. Because I can see why it would come across as really boring. But this is why we're doing a podcast, you know, testing out the kinks, working out the technical difficulties, and seeing what we should and shouldn't do.
Yeah, let's call this the podcast beta.
Yes, we're in podcast beta. In fact, I'll change the name of the cast to Podcast Beta. Anyway, I'm good to quit. You want to quit?
Yep, let's do this. Let's change
All right.
into something else.
Let's just quit current game. There. Disconnect, please. Just go away. There we go.
I got a first victory.
Oh, I hate you.
I got a shit ton.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And yet
Got a
I
bunch of
live.
stuff.
Massacre, foe of Vikings. Jesus. It keeps going.
God damn it. I think Skype has completely failed me.
All right.
Yeah.
And you won.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Here's the
that-
score.
oh, that's pretty sweet. I don't know how I did that. I was fucking about so bad.
Your military and society were higher, but I was higher in tech and economics.
Yeah, because I kept forgetting to build stuff. I totally forgot about blacksmiths. Like, that's important. Oh, it's so important. All right. I'm going to. What the hell's this? Oh, I
Oh
can
God.
get rid of that. Oh, no. Don't want to do that. What's this do? Oh, that's turning off video. Okay, there we go. I got my camera back. Yay!
Woo.
It was Skype. Skype was messing me over. Anyway, yeah. The Age of Empires. We just thought we would try to play some games on the cast while we were talking, and obviously we are incapable of doing that proper. So let's not worry too much about it.
Yes, let's not.
We'll probably play something at some time, maybe, or make video clips for it. But yeah, I'm gonna see my Steam inventory after playing that.
I didn't get anything.
I got 2 things.
Oh, you cock.
We were trying to have a cockfight at the end there, weren't we?
No, we're almost just. I was just about to send in the fear turkeys, but
Steam's being weird lately. It's not showing me my proper inventory stuff.
yeah, it's been doing that to me as well.
So I got the Capture the Relic card and the Knight Rider card.
You have killed over 50 units in a single session. 200 of your units were lost in this conflict. Sadly, not in your battle.
You got the
Jesus.
you got a deadly game card.
I got a deadly game card.
Yep, you got a card.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I did.
It says that I can trade for one with you, so you have one.
Huh. Oh, there we go. The Knight Rider, a deadly game. Yeah. It wasn't showing my inventory.
Ah, I gotcha. So, there you go. There we have it.
Yes.
We are broadcasting to no one. But that's fine.
Yeah, working out the kinks. At least
Well,
we
it's not like
know what not to do.
It's not like I built up a lot of hype for this podcast. I literally bought a whole bunch of sound equipment and then said, we should do a podcast. And we did one like 2 days later, so whatever.
Yeah.
And then today on Facebook and Twitter, I mentioned that we would do some, so here we are trying our best.
Oh, worry not.
Let's see what else we're going to talk about today. Well, we can talk about Steam sales and how horrible they are. Because Steam sales are goddamn ridiculous. I made a level 5 Steam badge for the sale, and just to put that in perspective, in order to get that many badges or cards, there's 10 cards per badge, and every time you spend $10 on a Steam sale, you get a card, and every 3 times you vote for the community stuff, you get a card. So,
Yes.
so I voted every single community vote. And I spent probably like $200 on Steam sale because I'm ridiculous. between buying it for other people and buying it for myself. I don't know. It's just a horrible time for my wallet. My wallet,
Yeah.
my wallet
I know
just
the feeling, dude.
curls up into a fetal position, and then it just accepts that I'm taking its soul out of its body. But yeah, I have cashews and they're delicious. Nom. Are cashews a thing down in Brazil?
Oh, balls, yeah. We got a lot of it. Back in the farm, we had a lot of like cashew trees just out in the wild.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. And anyway, you know what? I'm digressing. Let's go back to the Steam sale. What'd you buy in the What'd you buy in the Steam sale?
I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I got like Jesus. Okay, let me remember. Most of it was like cheap. For instance, oh God, what was it? Ooh, War Game, Airland, and Battle. I wanted that one because I like War Game, European Escalation. I got. Let me see. Supreme Ruler, Cold War. That was a very random title I've always wanted. I haven't even been able to play it for 5 minutes. It's another one of those Paradox grand strategy titles. Dude, the list goes on. A bunch of like these little like tiny games, tiny priced games. Let's see. I think it's easier if I open my history.
Maybe.
Yes, it would definitely.
I can tell you a few things I bought right now. I bought Devil May Cry. I bought Deadpool. I bought.
Dude, you lucked out in Deadpool. I can tell you that. Jesus.
I bought Contagion. Where are you?
Ooh, I got Rise of the Triad.
I bought Guacamelee.
Yeah, you gifted me Guacamelee. Spelunky, Another World.
I got Another World as well.
Every time something went under like in the price range of like 5 reais, picked it up.
Yeah. Hammerwatch I got. What the hell? I'm just going through my list and realizing that I bought a whole bunch of stuff. Monaco, I bought that the first day. And that game's wonderful. Should play that more at some point. Papers, Please. Rayman Legends. Risk of Rain. Actually, I didn't buy that. Someone gifted Risk of Rain to me, which was nice. I bought Samurai Gun, but that was actually after the sale. I should have bought it on the sale because it was $3 off, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. I actually got to play it last night. Samurai Gun is hilariously fun.
Samurai Gun. The only problem with that game is no online. That is
Otherwise, we would be sitting here playing it right now. That would be the thing we would play right now.
Yes, that would be the perfect time waster.
Yeah, and it doesn't take up too much of your attention, so you can actually talk while you play it. Unlike Age of Empires, where it's just like, oh, I gotta get over here, and I gotta get my units ready, and I don't think to talk well. I do that.
Especially since I'm used to strategy games. I love strategy games. I've been playing them since forever, and I gotta say, it's been a while since I played Age of Empires again. I mostly kept to the the campaign stuff. And when I played the online right now, I just realized how dated that thing is. Jesus, god damn! Like there were no hotkeys at all. Like the very few hotkeys I remembered were for building units. But there were very little like hotkey to base, like in StarCraft. StarCraft, you just like I press space, boom, right back to base. I tap space twice, I go to my natural, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Here, there's nothing. You want to build units? Well, fuck you. Click on them. You want the units to be placed in a placed area outside your base, fuck you. Put the flag those bitches out there, you know? Jesus.
I also got Steam Marines.
Sea Marines. I'm waiting for the single player for that to launch.
Yeah.
Because the bad thing
Well,
with multiplayer, these multiplayer games, for Brazilians is we have no idea if the servers are going to work for us.
Mm-hmm.
That happened with Alien versus Predator, and I was pissed the fuck off when that happened.
But Steam Marines is only single player.
Steam Marines, no, there is a multiplayer for it, isn't there?
It's early access, single player only. According
Oh no, Steam Marines, no, that's
Are
something
you thinking
else.
of Interstellar Marines?
Yes, Interstellar Marines.
Look
Yes, Interstellar
up
Marines.
look up Steam Marines. Just look it up and do yourself a favor. It was on sale for $2 or $3 on the Steam sale at one point because I voted for it and it actually went through. And it looks like a really cool, like top-down 2D art style, like sprites, pixel style.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I don't know. It just looks really cool. It appeals to me. It looks like a board game that I would play or something. But
so that is cool.
yeah. So
I keep telling myself one thing. I'm trying my hardest to not purchase in development games, just because very few exceptions have been made, like Kerbal Space Program and Starbound rather. But I don't know. There's just a thing about early access that doesn't resonate all that well with me.
yeah, no, it's understandable. But like people that buy that, I don't think that a lot of them understand that early access means beta or alpha in some cases.
Yeah, alpha and most. Like Starpoint Gemini 2. Somebody gifted it to me, and I really appreciate it, but it's clearly not very playable at the moment. That game's gonna rock when it's not when it's out of beta.
Yeah.
But right now it's just very rusty. And speaking of which, it's something I just realized. I've been looking at and realizing for the longest time that most of the top sellers on Steam are development titles, like early access. You know.
Yeah.
That is crazy to me. You know, it's a concept I really don't understand. For example, DayZ. I liked the idea behind DayZ. It was a good concept. I got pissed off when I realized that, well, because the game was just that, you know, a concept, a lot of people were taking advantage of a lot of things. You know, it wasn't really moderated. So I just gave up. I said, you know what? What's the point of trying to get into the world and stuff? And you know, you're just pummeled by flying tanks.
Yeah.
And well, it happens again. You know, there it is up for sale for 70 reais, and you know, roughly I don't know, $30, and that is crazy to me. And I'm like, nah, I wouldn't really dive into that. Not yet. I can see the appeal behind it, but I need it to be a little more finished before I can commit.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Like, not everyone wants to play a game that's not finished.
Yeah.
But
It's not even like, yeah, it's not even a matter of it not being finished, because there are some really good games that aren't finished. But it's really, I don't know. It just resonates wrong. It just resonates in the wrong way with me. You know?
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Most of the early access games that I have bought are because they were Kickstarter things that I did, or I researched them a lot before I actually bought them. But the fact is that I look at the page and I realize, oh, this game's not done, so I probably shouldn't buy it, or I still want to play and help the development cycle, so I will buy it. But there is a trend going on right now where they're charging more now for early access stuff, and I'm just like, no, don't. That's horrible. So if a game is asking you to pay more to get into the beta, don't do it. That doesn't make any sense to me. If they want you to play the beta, they want beta testers, then maybe they should just put out like open betas and allow people to have a beta of the game.
Take, for example, Wasteland 2. You know, to Wasteland 2, early access is available here for 99 reais. I don't know how much it costs, and up there, I'm guessing at least $50. Jesus Christ, dude! I would like that is a full price. That's a full release. And what's any like what are the games that cost the same price that Wasteland 2 costs right now? You have Call of Duty. You have Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah.
You know, AAA titles going on for full price. Dude, you have Rome 2, and it's like, okay, you want to put the game into early development, early access. All right, fine. Don't put it up for like that much. I mean, Jesus, fuck, dude.
Well, I paid 120 for mine, but that's because I got the collector's edition, so I have an actual physical copy coming to me and all that. But
That's
but like some people will pay that for that game because Wasteland is the original Fallout, basically.
yeah,
So
and that's
like there are people out there that are going to pay that. It's really just that people as consumers need to be smarter about what they buy. That's all. Because when things become a trend and you say, hey, get this and get that and all that, and it's all this early access stuff, it obviously is going to become a trend, and people are just going to expect unfinished games. And mind you, we've been getting a lot of unfinished games anyway. Like for example, Battlefield 4.
Yeah, exactly. They take off time from development of DLC to fix the bloody game. What's the freaking point? Of releasing it unfinished. Well, you're just gonna get the backlash anyway.
That's Activision for you, though. Like that has to be it. Like, because Activision's like, hey, release this game at this date, go. And it's like, okay, well, I guess we won't get it done. Like, what are they supposed to say? It's like, well, we can't finish that. But then again, like, I think that the developer, like, I think that, what the hell are they? What the guys that make Frostbite? I'm trying to remember what they're called. What the DICE. That's it. DICE should just at some point say, you know what, eat shit, EA, because like it's not Activision. Sorry, it's EA.
Yeah, it's EA.
I mixed them up, but
Understandable.
it's like EA needs DICE. DICE doesn't necessarily need EA. I mean, someone else will pick up DICE if they left. Like some developers, I think, need to just go off on their own and get play outside of the realm of these giant publishers. I mean, I know that there's a lot more money involved, but someone will pick up one of those companies. Like I would like to see Deep Silver, pick up more stuff because Deep Silver actually does a good job with their publishing rights with, for example, like Saints Row and all that. They've done a really good job with that stuff, so I'd like to see them do that. But it doesn't show that someone in chat, Noob Tech, doesn't it show how they pander to their shareholders then? If they are raking in sales early on the development cycle, their shareholders are happy. That's that. I guess that would be true as well.
Yeah, that's the point.
But but then again, like if it's early access stuff and it's mostly indie developers don't have shareholders. So, and shareholders like the looks of pre-order numbers and stuff too. Pre-orders are fine. I don't mind people pre-ordering stuff. I work at a store where you do pre-order stuff, but pre-orders on digital stuff where there is no way of returning it or anything like that, or the process of actually returning it is harder. I don't agree with pre-orders very much, but I understand certain games like big collector's editions which you might not get, even though collector's editions have kind of lost their
reason for being.
Yeah, well, they're no longer collector's editions because
they're just right. This is a stark contrast between what happened in the comic book industries in the 90s. Like I'm seeing it almost identically. In the 90s, what happened? You had all this big boom of holy shit, people are selling comics back from the 40s and the 50s, at ludicrous prices. They're getting off 5,000, 10,000. Some are raking in hundreds of thousands on a single comic. We need to get in on that action. So you see the publishers just going ape shit. Okay, so now we're gonna release one comic is gonna have 5 different covers, and they're gonna be the special collector's edition comic, which has the splash, the different splash page, and the silvery outline. And what's the point of it being a collector's item if there are 5 billion of those same copies floating around?
Yeah.
That is the opposite of what a collector's item is. A collector's item is something that's rare, something that's valuable, something that you need to have. They got the need to have part down all right, but that's not collectors. Putting in a little crudely made statue on and slapping an extra $100 for it. That's not really a collector's item. That's just tat.
I think it's just all in the wording.
Yeah.
Like they should just change it to like deluxe edition or bonus bundle or something. I don't know. They should just name them something different. They're not collector's editions or limited editions or whatever you want to call them. I mean, sure, they are limited, but they're limited to like 1 million copies.
Yeah. So fuck it, dude. And when you stop to think about it, how many people buy the games in the end of it? They're like, okay, so we have 3 million people bought in the first week. Okay, how much of those were limited edition? Oh, there were like 2 million. Well, then it wasn't a limited, was it?
Yeah, it's stupid. Let's go back to sorry to break it off there, but let's go back to talking about shareholders.
Yes. Do it.
Just because Noob Tech, a buddy of mine, is in the chat, and he's saying, I mentioned Activision and EA and Battlefield 4 and all that stuff, and they have to live up to their shareholders' expectations. I really, it's true that they do have to, and they do have to release a game and all that, but at the same time, I believe that the game coming out and being a quality game is more important because people remember a game when they first play it. I mean, sure, they can fix the problem, but they're also wrecking an image that they've created for themselves in the process of releasing something that's unfinished. And if they do release something unfinished, then they should mark it in the game as such or something like that, so that when people go into it, it's like, oh, or at least make an announcement or something. I don't know. I have no idea, but.
No, but that's the thing. The game doesn't need to be not finished. You take, for example, EA, I think it was in 06, they went through this development boom. They all of a sudden they launched a lot of original IPs. They had Dragon Age, they had Mirror's Edge, Dead Space, and that was from EA. EA used to be, well, the Activision of its time, the evil corporation, the one that only focused on sequels and nothing more. And look at the games from those ages. Mirror's Edge was playable. I mean, fuck, dude, the game was amazing at the time. It had problems with the story, but the gameplay worked.
Yeah.
You could launch it. Dead Space, same thing. You didn't need to go through 1,000 updates just so you can get the damn little shit to run in your video card, which is not the case for a lot of games nowadays. You get, for example, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. It launched beautifully. I mean, Jesus Christ. Most updates back in the day were balancing issues in the multiplayer itself. And then out comes Modern Warfare 2. You need a day one patch just to play the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because it's broken.
There's also this... it was really funny because I picked up Killzone Mercenary, and speaking of day one patches, or I'm not sure if day one or not, but I have a 16 gig card for my Vita, and the first update for Killzone Mercenary was 1 gig. So I had no room on my Vita because I had already had all these other patches and games and stuff installed, and I'm just like, well, what the fuck? Where do you want me to put this? Like, in order to get the game to work, like, better or properly without having any glitches, I would have to install that. It's like, I hate you. I hate you so much. Like, then there was I don't think I have seen I don't think I've seen a game come out in the last while that hasn't had a day one patch. No,
Yeah,
I can't.
You see?
But then again, games are outpacing themselves. Like, there are games that, like, for example, Rockstar, they will release a game when it's ready to be released. Well, minus the multiplayer. And their budget was non-existent. Like, they're just like, okay, well, let's make the most expensive game of all time and make Grand Theft Auto 5, $263 million. And then there's games like Tomb Raider that get released, and they're great, but they are economic failures because the fact is like Tomb Raider, I think, sold 2 million copies in the first month or two or something like that. I can't remember, but it was a failure to the company.
You see, yeah, precisely. That was ridiculous.
And like, I think it had a day one patch too, but I can't remember. It doesn't even matter. The fact is that games are getting too big and taking too long to make, and like, development cycles are just ridiculous. So, like, to be able to predict in 3 years whether you'll have the game done or not is just, it's getting to the point where it's almost impossible to say that the game will be finished and ready to go by such and such a time. And that's why I like companies like CD Projekt Red. When they announce a game, they're just like, we're going to release it when it's ready, you know? Or like that's like the old Blizzard way of doing things.
Yeah, Noob Tech is asking, Tomb Raider was a failure. Yes, there was this whole thing for it. It was a failure. It was considered a failure. Same for Resident Evil 6. It was the best sold title on the week it launched, and it was considered a failure because they were expecting a bajillion copies.
Yeah,
that is retarded.
and like, the budgets for those games are way too big. Like I wonder how much money. Like, I bet they spent $1 million just to make Laura's hair look good. Like,
yes,
like, it's a little depressing when you think about it. And then there's like indie games like well, actually, not even indie games. Dark Souls, its development cost almost nothing, and they only had to sell like 100 or 200,000 copies to make their money back and have profit.
Yeah,
Like, that's it. Like, and Dark Souls is an amazing game.
yeah, because they planned around, not, realistically speaking, they built a game. And let's not kid ourselves, Dark Souls is clunky. It is a clunky title.
Yeah, but it's designed that way.
Exactly. It is made for a specific, it's tailored. It's tailored to a specific audience. It doesn't expect to be a jack of all trades. It's good at what it does. I like to compare it to Castlevania. Castlevania 1. Because Castlevania 1 was pretty much that. You had one guy, you had the limitations, it was clunky as hell, and it was like a genre-defining game. It's pretty much like you can play it today and it still holds up. And why is that? Because it's a game that is tailored to a specific challenge. Dark Souls challenge is very specific. It is combat is difficult. It can be borderline cheap. Progress is slow. So make it happen. The game is beatable. Make it work. And that's it. It made a lot of people happy because it's very, very good at what it does. Dark Souls is one of my favorite games. Demon Souls was, if not my all-time favorite PS3 title, one of, and I beat it multiple times, and I love it. I concede the game has its flaws, the game has its problems, but wow.
Yeah.
And when you have games like Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil used to be one such clunky title. The shooting was awkward, the gameplay was weird, but it was amazing, it was good, it was awesome. And then Resident Evil 4 came around, revolutionized the fuck out of everything. It was still clunky, but it was a game that was good at what it was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Resident Evil 5 comes out. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. Resident Evil 5 is okay.
It's okay, yeah. And
But 6, like, I haven't had a chance to play much of it. I played the demo for 6, and I just played the Leon thing, and then your sound's not working, Javert.
is it working now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Resident Evil 6. Oh, wait.
Yeah, Noob Tech
New
section.
Tech.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that niche audiences are a better goal for game developers? As far as, like, yes, because if if you make a game for a niche market, the
The projected return can be measurable. Like Dark Souls, take Dark Souls again as an example. They projected around a realistic target audience. We are aiming for these guys. If other people from other gaming circles are into our game, that's great.
mm-hmm.
The game will not be considered a failure. But Tomb Raider comes around and says, "Okay, let's make let's make the shooting more fluid. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's appeal to freaking everybody." And it's projected a failure because it did not meet the sale expectation that the company, the overlord, required it to have achieved. So, despite selling a bajillion copies, nope, failed. Let's consider it a sequel just because.
Yeah.
Let's hope to milk this franchise a little bit more before we kill it dead.
Yeah. See, here's what I was looking. I was looking for something on another website here, because we're talking about Dark Souls, and I wanted to share it. So there's a game called Oblitus.
What?
Yeah, Oblitus. It's Oblitus, and it's in development, and it's a 2D side-scrolling. I guess you could compare it to like a Metroidvania style game, but it's inspired by Dark Souls. And it looks really, really cool. I'm really looking forward to it coming out, but right now they've only got the first level finished, and they're working really slowly because I think it's just one guy. I'll just link this in the chat or something, then people can go and take a look at it. It's on Indie Static.
Do it.
But things like that, where like games like that inspire other people to do stuff like it. I think that more people should make games like Dark Souls, or just follow their passion. What they want to make. If you actually try to make games for a certain audience or for certain people, then you're going to fail them because, or at least you're more likely to fail because you're making something for someone else. You should make something for yourself, and then the audience will find the game. People that are interested in it will play it. I don't know. It's just like making a game for someone specifically. You should make something that you want to make, and then people will like it. They won't like it. I mean, shareholders won't understand that, of course.
Yeah.
But that's like big companies. Whatever. I'm really sick of mainstream games like our AAA games. All these AAA titles. The only exception being like games like Saints Row that don't take themselves seriously. That's aren't trying to be a Grand Theft Auto clone anymore, etc. They try to go outside of their own elements and just make a game that's crazy and insane and fun and hilarious. I don't know. I just variety is supposed to be the spice of life. If everyone's trying to make the same game for the same audience, then things are going to happen. Like developers are going to run out of money because they're not making it back. Because one person's going to win the war of these 3 games, and then the other 2 or one of them will just die because they've created a game that's cost so much, and they're not making the returns, so they're just going to die off. That's why I don't like these big battles between all these huge publishers and stuff. That they make all these huge open world games and these extremely expensive games, and one of them, like, I don't know, if you go after something different maybe than your competitor, you'll capture a market that's different and that they haven't captured yet. Like, I don't know. This is just me yammering away. Like, I just want to see more variety. Like, I'm sick of these huge AAA titles all just being first-person shooters and Assassin's Creed clones and GTA clones.
That's the problem. Games have never been so much about variety, because let's not forget, the variety era came at its infancy. Atari and ZX Spectrum and all that good shit. There were a billion games with different gameplay. It was the Wild West, experimenting, and when the market crashed, in came Nintendo, saved the fuck out of everything, and then what happened? Platformer after platformer after platformer after platformer. There was Mario, and then everyone wanted to get into the platformer. Even Zelda 2 was a freaking platformer.
Mm-hmm.
And then Contra made it big, and then it was action, action platformers, and then it just kept on going like that. And then and then Mario made in the N64 made a big hit. So then every single game on the N64 had to be similar to Super Mario 64. And when you look back to it, we are stuck in one such era. We're stuck in the FPS age. FPS is the title to grant a return, to grant something that shareholders like. And that's not really an excuse, because you can make good FPSs, you can make good and varied titles.
Mm-hmm.
But then you are stuck between positioning yourself as making a video game because of the art and having to feed yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, indie titles, like treading back to the pre-orders and early accesses. On the one hand, it's good that indie games are hitting it off, and Kickstarter to me is, while a very good idea, it's not very well implemented yet. There are a lot of kinks. There's a lot of ways to abuse the system. There are, many corners that need to be examined before I can say 100%, okay, this is completely viable. But it's good. I'm really, really liking it that GOG has become a success. That games like Super Meat Boy and indie titles all around keep hitting top sales. That's gamers speaking with their wallets. I like that. Let's bring in the innovation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, okay, I like how Nintendo is trying to be innovative hardware-wise, but as far as any games are concerned, they have a poor way of implementing it. Like, for example, with I think things froze here. Oh wait, no, they didn't.
Yep, they did.
Did they?
Nope, nothing's frozen.
Oh, okay, good. Mm. I just updated the title of the podcast to beta test. Anyway, what were we saying? We were literally just talking about something, and my mind just went, and I heard dogs barking. Dogs barking.
Yeah, it's down here.
That dog is shouting across the world to me. So anyway, as far as innovation, that's what I was talking about. So yeah. Nintendo has a poor way of implementing their stuff with their hardware. They haven't taken full advantage or anything with their new gamepad, and they haven't been doing a good job of marketing it. Like the number one thing that they started off wrong with was making it a Wii U, because people just think it's a Wii upgrade or something like that, they can just buy the tablet for their old Wii.
Yeah.
And this is from me working in a store where we sell this stuff, and parents and other people are just like, "What's this? Is this a tablet for the Wii U?" And I'm just like, "No, it's a new system. You should buy it. It's $350. Go for it." I don't know. But anyway, innovation and stuff in video games is becoming like something that it only seems like the indie development community is actually taking risks because they honestly need to make themselves set themselves apart from each other. And another thing is like when they decide to do something, and if they decide to make it trendy, like something that is trending right now, they have to be careful because they have to make the game in time before that trend stops. Because if it stops and then they release the game, people are like, "Well, I'm past that. I don't need that anymore."
Yeah, take for instance the 8-bit trend from a few years ago. A lot of indie titles were adopting the 8-bit, 16-bit art style because easier. But then comes around the Angry Video Game Nerd game. So I'm watching Total Biscuit rant about the game, and then he says something about the art. He says, "Oh, the art of the game is 8-bit, it seems. I've seen this every single other indie title. So what?"
Yeah.
So at that moment, I realized, the indie scenes are starting to get stale, and it's not even getting stale in all its areas. It's starting to show wrinkles. Like, okay, the art style, guys, let's switch it around a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, but they've been kind of doing it. Like, a lot of it's still sprite or pixel based, and the ones that are in like a rendered environment, like a 3D environment, or games like frickin' Reset, where two developers sat in a room for a year and made an engine for their own game.
That was awesome.
And like it's still a little under a year away, but it looks absolutely stunning, and it's running on. I think they're developing it more so for the next generation of video cards and stuff.
Yeah.
Because of the way the physics work and the way the rain hits the machine. Like, I don't know. It looks just insane. Incrazable. I'm going to make a new word. Incrazable. So, anyone that doesn't know what Reset is should definitely go and check it out. They have an Indiegogo page. So if you type in Reset on Google and Indiegogo, you'll see it. And there's a video there that you can watch. So definitely look into that.
Yeah, not to be confused with Hard Reset.
Well, Hard Reset's a good game too. You shouldn't stay away from that either. You should probably get that if you like old school, really hard as nails shooters, like first person shooters. And there's a huge modding community for that game too, I hear. So.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, one of my friends was telling me about it. I'm not sure if it's 100% accurate or not, but that could be a thing.
Awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, a conclusion is that indie games are better than AAA games. Huh.
Look at us, we are hipsters.
Yeah, look at us with our thick black frame glasses. We don't have any on right now. No.
I have black, glasses, but
no.
They're not thick.
Did you watch Rev 3 Games on YouTube?
Rev 3 Games?
Yeah, where Adam Sessler.
No, not familiar with it.
Okay, well, he named his game of the year Gone Home. And Gone Home is a really awesome game. But the argument is that game is not. Some people disqualify that as not a game because
Oh yeah, Gone Home.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know what I'm talking about because it's only
Yeah.
exploration and reading notes, and then you get to the end, and it takes 2 hours roughly to finish the game.
Mhm.
And some people just kept calling him a hipster. I'm just like, well, a lot of people liked Gone Home. I'm not sure if that would be, like calling him a hipster is accurate, but I don't know. Like that game is in my top 10 for 2013. So, I like the story, and some people are going to argue that it's not very. It's not the most unique game, I guess, but it just did what it did so well. I'm basing it on that merit alone.
Yeah, take for instance another game that reminds me a lot of Going Home in like gameplay wise.
Well, Stanley Parable.
Uh, Not only, but one that's actually older, The Fall. No, The Fall. The Path.
Oh yeah, I don't
That's pretty
know.
much it. You walk around and you interact with things and you make up your own mind about what you're seeing.
Hmm.
That's it. Stanley Parable, Gone Home. That's the kind of thing. I liked The Path. Um, Not really in the sense of oh, look at the shiny graphics and the gameplay and yada yada. It plays horribly. Like it's slow to respond. You don't really know if you're
On the right track or not?
yeah. It's not even on the right track. The point of the game is to get freaking lost.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
like interacting with items is a bit clunky, but it is the consequences. When you play the game and I don't. Have you ever played The Path?
Yeah, I have it, and I played it
Yeah.
for like half an hour total, but um,
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it, man.
No, I got into it mostly, and here's my pretentious hipster side talking again, but
Mm.
from like making analysis, analyzing what the fuck is going on. I like that. It harks back to Silent Hill era stuff. For example, Silent Hill 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, right up there with Dark Souls. Not because of gameplay. Silent Hill 2, for anyone who's played Silent Hill 2, it sucks balls. The gameplay is hard. It's walking is like slogging through mud. The combat is clunky as hell. But the game, there's just so much fucking room to analyze the shit out of it. There is so much that's just wow. I just the weird like imagery and all that crap. Silent Hill 3, same thing. Silent Hill 4, same thing. Then the new Silent Hills come up and then show up, and then it's less about introspection and analyzing and looking into yourself and putting yourself in the shoes of the protagonist. But oh look, sexy nurse. Oh look, there's Pyramid Head doing a little dance.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it also is kind of degraded into the fact that they. Well, I haven't. Okay, you know what? I honestly haven't played many of the current Silent Hill games at all. The last one I really played was 2, actually. Yeah. But from what I can tell, it's like they've just kind of slid off the right path a little bit. They focus more on trying to make the combat a little bit better for you and stuff like that. But I don't understand why, because
that's not the point.
well, part of the point of the game is to make you fear for your life and
Yeah.
be scared. And if you're able to smoothly, perform combat maneuvers and all this other crap when you're just like an ordinary human being, like they should almost make like a stumble mechanic in some of those games where it's like on the off chance that you don't do it completely right, you stumble and fall to the ground or something like that, or you drop your weapon
Oh, you fumble hard.
just because you're panicking or something, Fatal Frame is better than Silent Hill. Yeah, I Fatal Frame is wonderful.
Fatal Frame is fantastic. It's almost alien.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really clunky, but they nailed the atmosphere, and like they've got the storytelling mechanic down to like notes, and
yeah,
a lot less on dialogue. I mean, there's surely there's cutscenes and stuff in the game, and
yeah.
I've only played maybe 2 hours of it. The first one, I haven't played any of the other ones either. So,
Finish the fucking second game, dude. What are you doing?
well, no, I'm actually doing a let's play for them on my channel, so I'm gonna.
Uh-huh.
But it just I never get around to making let's play videos. At least not in a like for a series, which Noob Tech is going to get angry at me sooner or later for not finishing, because he really likes it when I make Silent Hill, or not Silent Hill, Fatal Frame games. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true, Noob Tech. Yeah, clunkiness, and it builds on the ambience. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's clunky by design.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. It's not. It's well. I like to compare it, like clunky games, to the Blair Witch Project. The movie. The movie was made severely limited. There were like handful of people, shitty ass camera, no budget, no special effects. Make a movie.
Mm-hmm.
If that is like, at the same time, a movie producer's wet dream and worst nightmare, because there you have a product where it, quality wise, it sucks.
Yeah.
It's balls. Like, you have a bunch of people who can act walking around the forest with crazy, horrible editing skills. No special effects to speak of. The story is completely secondary to the experience, and one of the most successful movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that it spawned a whole subgenre, of filmmaking, the found footage, which has spilled over not only from horror, but when you watch Chronicle, for example. Chronicle is a superhero found footage movie, and it works like a boss.
Well,
Same thing.
the thing in Chronicle though is that in Chronicle they they have telekinesis and they cheat. Like they can just have they can pan the camera around and do whatever they want with it. So like,
but that was good. That was a good cheat. See, that is implementing something. That's weaving in cheating into the story. It makes sense that they're cheating.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much like Paranormal Activity, Paranormal Activity 2 and 3, for example. There is some crazy good editing there for found footage.
Well, yeah. The Paranormal Activity series has got some interesting edits, but like, I don't know. Like the stuff, I don't know. Like those movies are. Part of me hates them, but part of me really likes them at the same time. It's like when I watch them, it's like a guilty pleasure.
Do yourself a favor. If you haven't already, watch Paranormal Activity Tokyo.
That's a thing.
That's a thing. It's called Paranormal Activity Zero.
Oh.
It exists. It's a Japanese spin-off. It's fantastic.
Like fantastically bad?
No, it's amazing. It's like Paranormal Activity, except it was made by the same assholes who made The Ring. So they know what they're fucking doing.
Have you ever watched Ju-On?
Yes, I have.
I gotta watch the American version because I hear it actually was good. I boycotted it back like a motherfucker back in the day because I just thought like, oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar, she's going into everything. I hate her. I hate this movie. Never watch it. And then I still haven't watched it. So I'm gonna actually.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway, we've digressed a little bit, but we're talking basically. Yeah. It's like one mechanic can, like, if you gotta base your game around mechanics more so than anything else, because if you do that, then the interaction part where people are actually playing the game is going to work well, and everything else around it will be complemented by the mechanics. I just because like Call of Duty series is built about around adrenaline and cinematics. Those games are all about those games hold your hand the whole way through. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I remember the opening to Black Ops 2. You couldn't die.
Yeah, you couldn't.
You couldn't die. So there's no challenge there. It's literally just go through the motions. It's one step away from just being a movie. And then the actual gameplay that is there is literally shoot these soldiers, move up. Shoot these soldiers, move up. It's always that wave system, right? That's been around for so long, and it doesn't change. Except for if you maybe accomplish a mission, you get documents or something like that, then it triggers some other things in the game to move past that point. But it's all very bare bones, basic mechanics that doesn't make you think. It's just go shoot these guys, move to the next thing, get some confusing or weird dialogue, and then move to the next room. Because they make those games almost too convoluted because you almost can't follow them at all. You know what I mean? The storyline in the Call of Duty game. The dialogue is...
It's Tom Clancy, dude. It's like conspiracy theories up the ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I just get pissed off at those stories because I'm just okay, well, this doesn't make sense. Why do you bring this character back from the dead? This and all that. And I'm just this is just dumb.
It's a soap opera for bros, dude.
I guess. But... some people, a lot of people will disagree with me, but I'm not a fan of the Call of Duty series. I do appreciate that Treyarch did try to do something different with Black Ops 2, make it a non-linear story and all that, but with actual branching choices and stuff. But I don't know. I still think that games like Reset and Gone Home and stuff that can be purist in the way that they have their mechanics set up and it's all atmosphere and exploration. That's it.
Yeah, and it's not even going back to the point I was making earlier. It's not only just establishing the world well, but working their limitations into it as well. That's a very important a very important thing for a game. Every single game has limits to what you can do with it. There are limits to its engine, there are limits to its protagonist, there are limits to freaking everything. If you work it well into the world, it won't seem like a limitation. It will seem like a feature. And that is exactly why indie titles nowadays are so interesting and why a lot of even AAA titles have been hitting it big because, intriguingly enough, for Dark Souls, for example, how do you work out the story of not even linear, of a just pure hack and slash action adventure with just one intro movie? How do you work story into that? If everyone's dead and everyone who's alive is crazy out of their asses, what are you going to do? So you tell the story indirectly. That's a limitation. The story is told completely through statues, through idle conversations with NPCs, through just looking at the world itself. Same thing goes with Silent Hill. There's a lot of the story that is told through the world. And a lot of it is limited. There's a lot of limitation to the world. Why is there fog in the town? The fog implemented to limit the rendering distance, but fuck, the limitation of the engine was made into a feature.
Yeah.
You have God, I had an example. Weird kinks that turn out to just make the game feel a lot better, a lot more alive.
Yeah.
Instead of you completely dress the limitations of the engine, the technological aspects, with this feeling awesome. And that is something that Call of Duty does not do well. It has a limitation with telling its story. And most of it is confusing as fuck. The story in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, like Call of Duty 4, I was able to follow it. The story was told in a very interesting manner, through cutscenes, through dialogue. Yes, it was... All right.
And
But-
I think that, like, in my opinion, they hit their peak at that game, the first Modern Warfare. And then Treyarch hit their peak at I don't know. I never played World at War.
No, I didn't. I didn't play World at War either.
I'm not sure if I could say that they've hit their peak or not, just because like I played through Black Ops, but I don't even know what happened in that story.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Yeah. So like basically it started sloping downhill after Modern Warfare, like the first one.
Yeah, it just becomes lazy. Like, why have it? Okay, the story is an important part. That's one of the selling points. Fuck the story. Let's tell it lazily through cutscenes that make no sense, and let's kill a child eventually.
But let's just remember that a lot of people just buy that for the multiplayer.
Yeah, precisely. So which is exactly why they removed the aspect from their next title, Titanfall. 0 single player, multiplayer only. That's what people want.
Yeah, but that's
good. I applaud them on it.
But Titanfall is made by the original team from Call of Duty, not like Infinity
No, not
Ward
Treyarch,
or
but
Treyarch.
that's the thing. The original team from Call of Duty, they realized, what do people want? People want the multiplayer. Can we work the multiplayer into the story?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I really want to see how the story is going to be told through the multiplayer. It can be done. It can be done indirectly. It can be done subjectively. The story doesn't always have to be the focus of the game itself. An example of that is Miami Hotline.
Hotline Miami.
Hotline Miami. Give me a story for the game. There is no story. The story is a dude kills a bunch of guys he doesn't know why. And then they set up a revenge plot in the end. And then Jacket's story ends. Helmet's story begins. He tries to find answers, and the answer is fuck you. There is no answers.
So I should probably put spoilers on. There you go.
Well, it is a bajillion. It's not a bajillion, but it's an older-ish game.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, people.
It's true, but I mean, it came out.
Spoiler
It came out last year. It's one of those things where it was popular, but it's still an indie title, and a lot of people will still not have played it. That's all. I keep telling people to play it, and then I'm just like, hey, just look at this. Just take a look at this. Play this, and then they play it, and they're just like, what the fuck? People don't expect it to be good when it's just like, such a simple concept, but that game has got the right difficulty level and the right I guess distance between death and restarting the area that you're in. Because like you can literally try an area like dozens of times in the span of like a minute.
Yeah.
Like you'll run out, and your first attempt you might make it through 2 guys and then die really quick. But the music and gameplay is the game. No story needed. Yeah. Well, yeah, Hotline Miami, I mean, it literally... I'm going to leave spoilers on. We're going to talk about spoilers here, but like it doesn't really matter, I guess, that much. But the one ending for the game is literally the developers saying, hey, it's like, I hope you liked our game. Like, you find a room with 2 guys in it, and they're basically saying, hey, did you like what we did? There is an alternative ending. I can't remember what is involved in that one, but
it's generic as balls. It was like purposefully. I watched the
because you have to collect all the
alternate.
Yeah, you have to collect all the purple
dots,
pistols, or not pistols, pixels. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's just the story that we're doing this because Russians.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is literally it. We're doing it because Russians.
Yeah, because Russians and reasons.
Yeah.
Yes. But that game is just all about like score and skill. Like that's what that game is. It's like balls to the wall, twitch reaction, and skill and score. And that's what made it a lot of fun. Like you could sit down for 10 minutes with that game and enjoy it, and then go about your business. Or you could sit down with it for hours and just blow your brains out trying to play that game. But what it did, in my opinion, perfectly. I really liked it. Once you get past the learning curve on the controls, you're good.
Yeah.
Because it has a weird feeling when you first start playing that game. Especially with a controller. With a controller, holy crap!
The controller is balls.
I played it on my Vita, and that took me about probably half an hour to get used to before I was really able to get past a few of the initial, like, I think I got through 4 or 5 levels in that game when I sat down and played it. But yeah. Anyway, but I truly like indie games more so, and I get more excited for indie games, especially when they focus on one thing and they do it really well. And I can sit there and appreciate a game, and I know that only a couple of guys worked on it, and I know that they appreciate your purchase of the game. Whereas, when I buy a AAA game, I'm just making some guy in an office somewhere happy. And I don't know. I don't know. I just... AAA games have really lost their touch with me. The only ones that I really care about now are games like Watch Dogs that actually are trying to do something a little bit different. Like, Ubisoft has become one of my favorite companies for games, is because not because of, like, specifically Assassin's Creed or anything like that, but like, they surprised me a lot this year with Black Flag being actually really good. And, like, not because it's an Assassin's Creed game, but because it's a pirate game. Like, those mechanics and that introduction of that as a primary mechanic in the game, instead of just being like a one-piece section like in Assassin's Creed 3, was detrimental to me enjoying that game. Like, if that wasn't there, then I would have not enjoyed it at all. I would have regretted my purchase completely, because I hated the assassination missions, like where you have to, like, stalk them and hide and all that stuff. I don't know. That stuff's overdone, and I hear that they're making a pirate game that's like a huge multiplayer game.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to see what they do with that. And then they brought out Splinter Cell Blacklist this year, and from what I hear, the story in that game is not very well done or anything like that. It's pretty lowball, but the game itself, the level design is really well done, and the fact that they've released a game that's got solid controls, solid mechanics, everything is good. I was really happy about that, and it really surprised me. And then they announced Watch Dogs, and then they delayed Watch Dogs. That's the only bad thing that they really did this year. Well, that, and they said they were going to bring Assassin's Creed on PC at the same time as for console, but then they were like, no. No. And then they've got other games coming out, like The Division, and what the hell else? There was a whole bunch of other ones. Oh, and Far Cry 3 last year was amazing as well.
Yes, it was. And Far Cry, not only Far Cry 3, but...
One second, sorry. TO Dice Gaming. The podcast... I was planning on making this only an hour and a half, but we've been broadcasting since 1 p.m. So
1 p.m. Jesus fuck it.
Like, no, we've been that's
time.
Eastern time. So this is really a beta test for the podcast. So we're just like literally sitting here rambling on, but we should probably wrap it up within the next 5 or 10 minutes, just in the interest of actually keeping to a planned time.
Yes. Remember, people, all 4 people of you who are watching, beta test.
And when I say a planned time, I mean replanned time. But anyway, yeah, you know what? We should probably end it there, because this has gone on for quite a while.
Aye. All right. So, in the interest of wrapping shit up, we have established so far that we both suck at Age of Empires.
We can't play Hammerwatch together.
Yes, Hammerwatch cannot be played. We have missed Starbound. Next podcast.
Yeah, we'll maybe play some Starbound next time.
Well, we have also established that
we ramble a lot.
Yep.
But that's fine. Like that, you know what? Some of the best conversations are because of rambling and going off topic and stuff. So, you know what? Like we can try to keep it focused, but I think that's kind of like caging a lion. We gotta just let it go.
Yes, that is not cage.
But next time, I'm gonna set a timer, and it'll be, and we'll actually be done in an hour and a half or 2 hours. I'm thinking that somewhere between an hour and a half and 2 hours is how long we're gonna try to keep the podcast to. So hopefully that is a long-winded answer to your question in the chat there. But yeah. So we have, like, I've got the setup done. Like, this is the first time I've ever broadcasted like this over XSplit on Twitch. So it was about an hour worth of like preparation for me, plus some notes and all that. But I don't know. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. The hardest part was actually getting my soundboard to work over the last couple of days.
It's gonna be a bitch when I get mine.
Oh, are you gonna actually pick one up?
I might eventually down the road.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
when you have like
topic.
money, when you get money, I don't really have money. I just have a credit card. So that's thing. So sweet. Oh, we'll be back for the next one. Perfect. Well, thank you. I'm just gonna call it Tio for short. So thank you. Sounds great. And the new awesome. Thank you very much. The new microphone. I literally like went up to the glass case, saw it, and I was like, "That's mine," and then I bought it. It's an Audio Technica. Let's take a look here.
Audio Technica rocks, dude.
Audio Technica 2035. So it's this microphone here. So,
yes.
And it is freaking amazing. I love this microphone. So I'm really glad that I got this set up, and it is the only way I would have been able to do this, really, honestly. Otherwise, we'd be talking on a shitty Diablo headset with a non-capable mic. So.
Hey, don't diss my mic, dude. My mic.
Your mic's that's not bad. That's better than what you had before.
I didn't have anything before.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely better. So, but anyway,
yes.
Well, let's thank these people for watching. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank all 4 of you.
My name is Matt, and that is Javert. And he's from Brazil, by the way, if you guys didn't know. We were talking about the contrast between North American and, I guess, South American gaming and how that stuff goes. So if you missed that part, you can always catch it on the in the saved footage on the channel here, or I'm going to post this on Facebook. I'm going to edit some of the middle stuff out because the what? Sounding great with new equipment, Matt. 5 now? What? 5 now what? What? Okay, anyway. So I'm going to edit some of that stuff out because Age of Empires really made us quiet.
Yes.
And we'll try to play some stuff that's a little bit more
Gamey. Unless us being shut up for half an hour.
Yeah, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys again next time. You can always check out the channel on YouTube as well. That is YouTube/The Busted Couch, or you know what? I'm gonna link it in chat because why am I forgetting my own YouTube channel? And you can also follow me on Twitter at The Busted Couch. I know that one for sure. And I think Javert, did you say you were gonna start your own YouTube channel for the Brazilians that may watch?
Yes, we will be expanding the Busted Couch all the way down here on the other side of the equator.
Nice. Yeah. So he's going to work on making translations and stuff for the actual podcast, which, have fun with that. You're going to have to do a lot of typing. But as long as you're okay with that, man, then that's pretty awesome. So here is the link to the YouTube. So it is youtube.com/user/thebustedcouch. So you can check out my channel there and all the other content that I have available. This will get posted there, so you can always view this later. And that's it. Follow us on Facebook as well. Just The Busted Couch on Facebook. Easy enough. And we'll see you again next time. Thanks a lot for viewing. Bye-bye.
Later, peeps.